Brooke here. Welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new to my channel, please consider subscribing if you enjoy this video. I also put up content with Shop My Stash using the makeup products you already own, a lot of drugstore, affordable, and some dupes. So if that sounds like something you would like, consider subscribing. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and ring that notification bell so you can be notified anytime I do upload a video. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the eyeshadow palette tag. Allie Glines and Samantha just created this tag. I watched their videos today. It looked like a really fun easy video to film, so I figured I would go ahead and do it. Eyeshadow palettes are one of my absolute favorite makeup products. I just love them. I buy too many of them, so I figured this would be really fun to do. So what it is, it's a series of 13 questions, and each question you would answer with an eyeshadow palette from your collection. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in and start with my tag. So the first question of the tag is newest eyeshadow palette. My newest eyeshadow is the Sugarpill Fun Size. I bought this just a month or so ago from Ulta. Has beautiful bright spring and summer colors. I thought this was really cute. I love the size of it, and I hadn't tried Sugarpill's formula before, so I was really glad I tried this. It is awesome. I love their formula. Question number 2 is oldest palette. It is my BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I have owned this for probably 7 years now. It is a super bright, colorful palette. I don't use this on the eyes as much as I use it on the face or the body whenever I'm doing something creative or a Halloween look. This is always the palette I go to. It blends really nice. The colors are super pigmented, and then I have any color I could possibly want. Number 3 is most expensive palette. I had 2 that I was tied, so I went with this one because I didn't want to overlap too many palettes. There are a couple that do overlap during this, but I did go with my Iconic London Date to Slay eyeshadow palette. I got this from my BoxyCharm. It is $58. It is a really, really nice eyeshadow palette. It has a lot of beautiful neutrals, really nice transitions, beautiful metallics. The formula is amazing, so I really enjoy this palette. Number 4 is most affordable. That is my E.L.F. Bite Size Eyeshadow Palette. This is in Truffle. These are pretty recent releases. I absolutely love them. These are really easy eyeshadow palettes. You can take them on the go. A quick, easy, everyday eyeshadow palette, and the mattes are great. Metallics are phenomenal. Number 5 is an everyday eyeshadow palette. Mine is a BH Cosmetics Royal Affair. You can no longer get this on the BH Cosmetics website. You can get it on Kohl's, and I actually got this on sale. This is a gorgeous eyeshadow palette. I love the variation. There are really nice neutrals, metallics, but there are a couple pops of colors which I really enjoy. On the daily, I do normally throw in a little bit of color to my look, so I love that I can do pretty much anything I'd want with this eyeshadow palette. Number 6 is most colorful eyeshadow. That is my Jeffree Star Jawbreaker palette. I love this. This is one of my favorite palettes. I absolutely love that there is a huge variety of pastels and neons, but also dark jewel tone, colorful eyeshadows. It is gorgeous. I love his formula. This is a beautiful palette. It was titled for my most expensive because it is also $58, but I didn't want to put this in 2 places. So number 7 is smallest palette, which is also my E.L.F. Bite Size eyeshadow palettes. They're just tiny. They're the size of your palm. They're really little for eyeshadows, but I love it because it is everything you could possibly need for an eyeshadow look. Number 8 is biggest eyeshadow palette. That is my Morphe X James Charles eyeshadow palette. I know there came with a mini, but I bought this before there was a mini palette, and this is very, very, very large. It's a really big palette. I mean, it's the size of my torso almost, so it's quite large. Number 10 is palette with the best memories, but the palette with the most memories would be my Make Your Own eyeshadow palette. I featured this in a couple of videos back when I did the makeup that makes me most happy. And this is the eyeshadow palette my fiance helped me depot all my single eyeshadows. So it does give me really good memories because I remember us just sitting there and me burning my fingers off and him having to come save me and help me depot all my eyeshadows. So this is the eyeshadow with the most memories. It just makes me really happy to look at this eyeshadow palette. 10 is palette worth the hype, and I would definitely say the Anastasia Sultry eyeshadow palette was worth the hype. This was limited edition. I think it came out this past winter. It is just a gorgeous, smoky, beautiful, just a sultry, sexy eyeshadow palette. You can wear this for like daytime looks also, but it is just gorgeous. A lot of people love this palette, and for good reason. It is beautiful. The metallics are gorgeous. The mattes are really blendable. It's a phenomenal eyeshadow palette, and I wish they had just made this permanent. That would have been nice. Question number 11 is palettes not worth the hype. I'm going to get some flack for this, but I would say the Morphe X James Charles palette. When this first came out, people were losing it because James Charles has a lot of followers. There's a lot of people that love Morphe, but really when it comes down to just the quality of the eyeshadows, they're not great. They're really difficult to work with, and I'm not brand new at eyeshadow. I've been doing it for a really long time. I'm definitely no expert by any means, but I kind of know what I'm doing, and when I have difficulties using them, they're so pigmented. When you put them down, they stay where you put them. They're not blendable. It is a really hard eyeshadow palette, and tons of people just friggin' hyped this up. I think for the everyday makeup wearer, it would be a really difficult eyeshadow palette to own. Question number 12 is favorite eyeshadow palette from your favorite brand. This was so difficult. I have 2 favorite eyeshadow brands, and then I have 2 favorite eyeshadow palettes. So I'm going to put both of them in here because I can't pick one or the other. My 2 favorite brands are Jeffree Star Cosmetics and ColourPop because they're the 2 far spectrums. Jeffree Star is a little bit more expensive. ColourPop is affordable. So I couldn't pick one or the other. They're both super unique eyeshadow palettes, which is why I love them the most, because you can't just walk into the store and find an eyeshadow palette like these. So my favorite one from ColourPop is the So Jaded with Kathleen Lights. I love this palette. It is so unique. It's such a beautiful, beautiful color story. When I look at this palette, I'm instantly inspired. There's so many looks I want to create with this eyeshadow palette. I love this eyeshadow palette because it is super unique and very inspiring, and I can look at it and just, my creativity just starts flowing. My next favorite palette is the Jeffree Star Alien palette. This is discontinued, which is super freaking sad, but I think a lot of people didn't like it because of the shape. It's kind of unique. And then also the colors inside are a little intimidating for some people. I love this palette though. I think it is gorgeous. I love the colors in this palette. I love the metallics, the greens, the mattes, just everything about this I absolutely love. So this is definitely one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes I own. If you watch my 2019 ranking my eyeshadow palettes, those 2 palettes are my top eyeshadow palettes. So I will go ahead and leave that video linked down below if you would like to watch it. It's a little bit of an older video, so it's a little cringeworthy, but if you'd like to see it, I will leave that linked down below. And then the final question, number 13, is most used. That is easily my Makeup Revolution X Soph palette. This palette is one of my older palettes, and it is definitely my most used palette. You can see in over half the colors there's a noticeable divot. I have used this a ton. Just a really nice everyday, can use this for any event type eyeshadow palette. So that is my eyeshadow palette tag. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did a video like this, please let me know down below. I would love to watch it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye, guys.